And quite honestly, if these decisions were easy, we're probably not making the right ones. My comments are really going to center around a conversation the governor and I were having the other day, and we were kind of like, what do we do? What's next? How have we faced these problems in the past? And he said to me, Bill, you ran businesses before. What did that look like? What did that feel like? I'll come to what it felt like in just a second. 30 years ago, I left state government. I was Commerce Secretary, working for Howard Dean. And I've had the privilege of being CEO of 3 of Vermont's finest institutions. And during that time, you can imagine there's economic cycles, there's innovation that happens, competition is fierce, and you're faced with challenges every day about how to take care of not only the business, but the employees, because ultimately it comes back to the community. And I can remember in one instance, I was at home and I had to make a decision to close a call center in Bennington, Vermont. There was about 100 employees. And I can remember feeling overwhelmed with the emotion, not about the business decision, but about the impact it was going to have on people's lives. And ultimately, in the renovated building that we had just put together in Bennington, what it meant to the community. And then about 20 years later, I had a similar feeling in my stomach when I had to make the decision to shut down a satellite manufacturing operation in Newport. And in both of those cases, you literally wake up in the morning feeling like the weight of the world is on your shoulders. And you've got to make a decision because, as the governor said, kicking the can down the road just makes the problem worse. It allows for and has your employees living in a constant fear of what's going to come next. How are they going to survive the next day? And will it impact them? And so you make the decision. And then you start the work of rebuilding your team, of dealing with the displaced employees, of dealing with the human element that happens, but ultimately dealing with the community, because that impact you had is no longer there. And I'll tell you, it makes you sick to your stomach. But if you're going to do the right thing, and if you're going to look at how to maintain a business that can continue to provide for, in both cases, hundreds of employees, you've got to make the difficult decision. And so we did that. And in both cases, both companies went on to do great things and are continuing to do great things. But it didn't make those decisions any easier. But it's not what happened when we made the decision. Everything that followed after that is what's really fundamentally important to those impacted employees. And I see the glaring similarities of what we're facing today when we're dealing with these issues around education transformation, and property tax, which quite honestly is out of